As an over 50 woman, I have discovered that less is best on makeup to get the best look and create the least amount of texture and take away from the texture that I have. You might say, what is texture? Texture is pores, fine lines, acne scarring, any of that type of stuff is texture, and even sagging. So how can I do less makeup but still look put together? I don't even have a full face of foundation on. I'm going to show you how I do it. A couple things that you need to pay attention to, some things that you need to do to get the look that you want, still be able to wear makeup and look at yourself and feel like, you know what, I'm still put together, even though I have less on. My name is Sonia. I am 55. I just turned 55, and I have discovered several things as a mature lady on adjustments that I have to make in the makeup. And it's okay that we need to make adjustments. I had gotten to where I was wearing no makeup, maybe a little bit of eyeliner, and tried to do some mascara. And I tried all kinds of things on my face and on my skin, and they just weren't working. I was not satisfied. I was, and I've been in the beauty industry since I've been 18, 19 years old. I'm a cosmetologist, and I love all the things. So, all right, I'm going to show you how I did this side of my face. I do not have a full face of foundation on, but I did take care of distractions. I added some dimensions, some lightening in certain areas that will help you do what you need to do. So first and foremost, we had that tip, this less is best. Skincare is very important. I have found a Korean skincare that I love that gets my skin ready. And so wearing less makeup, my skin is looking hydrated and plump, and trying to even things out as much as possible with skincare. So this is a balm stick. I've already stuck it on my under eyes. This is something that I suggest that you make sure your skin is hydrated. This is just one of the things that you can maybe add on your under eyes, whatever, but make sure your skincare is in place. So if you're like, okay, Sonia, what do you use? I let my skincare do most of its work at night. So I do all the things at night. That's part of my ritual. It doesn't take a super long time. I don't have a lot of steps, but I am willing to do them. In the morning, it's minimal. You can either just cleanse your face with water. I do use a cleanser, and I just stick calming gel on my face. On my neck, I do add moisturizer, and that's all I do. I add a little bit of moisturizer on my under eyes. I don't have any other dry areas, so I don't worry about it. My calming gel has, 10 layers of a hyaluronic acid. It has some 24 karat gold flakes in it. It has, there's a very specific ingredient that I can't think of right now, but there's a lot of things to help fight inflammation, redness, calming your face down, getting extra hydration. And so that's all I put on. So I don't want a lot underneath my makeup. I've chosen a cream makeup, and it's pretty hydrating on its own. So first, less is best. Second, pay attention to your eyes. So I know as a mature lady, things have changed a lot in our eyes. We have hooded eyes, we have wrinkling, our foreheads have fallen, our eyebrows have fallen. We may have less room between our lashes and our brows. But that doesn't mean that you don't need to take care of some things anyway. So first, make sure you're doing your brows. I'm actually using two different color NYX Lift and Snatch pens, which is silly, but it's what I'm finding works. I'm using ash brown and soft brown. You can see this brow I have done and this one I don't. And you can see the difference in the lift that it creates. It kind of focuses a little bit more on my eye. So I'm going to take this ash brown, and I'm going to do a little bit more of just outlining my eye, and I'm going to outline underneath. And you can see I'm taking short little strokes, and I'm going to fill this in here. So this is not really see, that's like globby and too much. So we're going to tap it off. So we're just going to take really fine lines. I was pressing too hard. So this isn't just an eyebrow tutorial. I'm going to show you all the things, places that we can even put light on our faces that's just going to help create lift. So now I'm going to switch to the soft brown. The ash is just a little bit too dark for me. And I'm just going to do hair-like strokes. And I'm just going to fill in like where you're looking at yourself and you see little holes. And I'm just going to fill those in. So I did create an arch. You see this arch right here. I have a little bit of a natural arch. So I'm making sure that I'm emphasizing that. Taking that up and taking the tail out. You may need to elongate your tail. Okay. So that's on. I do like to take a spoolie and do that. So we're really right now, we're focusing on our eyes because we're going to be wearing less makeup on our faces. And so we're still getting dimension. We're still getting coverage, but we're going to do that. So I should have put my eye primer on because that's not really part of, it's what I do, but it's not really part of what I was focusing on. So this is Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer Potion, the color Eden. And I just have too much on, but I get it off Amazon, but I do think it may be cheaper other places. So I love that this color corrects the redness in my eyelid, and it will pop my eyeshadow, and it's going to help if you have oily eyelids. It will really help it from creasing. So don't skip the eye primer. Okay, we're going to really focus on our eyes. I have fake eyelashes, obviously. So for you, you're going to be putting mascara on. Don't skip the mascara. Before I did the fake eyelashes, I was going with Thrive mascara. What is that called? It'll come to me. It was a specific kind of mascara that you can actually like pull off in little pieces when you wash it off. And I was enjoying that particular mascara. Okay, so my eyeshadow brush that I want to use, this was not the one. There it is. All right, we're going to just do our eyes, and I'm going to focus on creating lift. Everything that I'm doing today, everything that I do all the time is I have dimension to a mature face, all right? But the dimension can be in the wrong areas. Like right here, I have dimension. That's a shadow. I have dimension here. I have dimension there. You see what I'm saying? Those are the things that you're going to look at, but we're going to help do some things to distract from that and add more dimension and lift in the areas that we want. Tubing mascara. I love you. Thank you. It wasn't coming to me at all. So I'm just using 3 eyeshadows today. Just focus on not necessarily the colors that I'm using, but the application process that I'm doing. So I'm going to use Chai, and I'm going to put it on my mobile lid. Here, we can zoom in a little bit, if it'll let me. So I liked tubing mascara because it didn't end up on my eyelid. You know, when you have hooded eyes, it lays on the mascara and it can end up on your eyelid. And the eye primer does help a little bit with that. So Chai is just going right here on my mobile lid. And then I'm going to take Cocoa. Cocoa is going to be in and above my crease. My natural crease is here. So we have to make sure we get above it with our hooded eyes. So we're going to not get a lot on the brush. And we're going to gently, if you need to, mark it where it needs to go. I know where it needs to go. So I put my chin up and I start sweeping it gently, really gently. You see how my eyelid's not going crazy all over the place? I'm not going nuts on it. I'm being very, very, very gentle, like so. And I'm going out, okay? Not necessarily down. Everyone's eyes are a different shape, okay? But just make sure that when you're done, you don't have a U going straight down that's emphasizing this part over here. And I'll keep showing you some tricks on how to do that. So let's just make sure we have it above our crease, like so. And then we're going to look at ourselves and be like, okay, can I see it? And we're like, yes, that's what we want. And then I'm going to build up more color on the outside because I just want a little extra dimension, like so. So I'm going to build it up right here. So you can see that outer third, and I'm going to show you a little bit of a paper trick here that's going to help you with those hooded eyes and help you get the lift and dimension that you need. So still have a little bit more work to do. I just take a paper. If I'm in my car and I'm doing my makeup, which I do sometimes, I have kids, I'm still running around, I've grabbed a gas receipt. You just need something flat, even a paper cardboard thing. I don't feel like you need to buy a special device for this. I just feel like you need a piece of paper. Lay it down from the corner of your eye up to the tail of your brow. Now, if the tail of your brow is way up here or, you know, it's different, basically what we're trying to do is create lift from here to here. So when I'm looking at myself straight on, because see guys, that skin is all hanging over. That's all. I'm fooling you by the color that I'm sticking on that's making it look like I have that nice, pretty lifted eyebrow bone that I don't have. So that's all we're doing. Put that paper from here to here, and then sometimes I get it not perfectly, but that's okay. Hold back on your brush, have a little bit of color on there, and start sweeping it in. You go start on the paper and sweep it in. Don't get wild. Take your time. Go like that. and then you've got a little bit of lift, and you made sure you didn't get it too low. That's what we want to do. We just don't want to be too low. Okay, so if you're just joining, I'm 55, and I have found that with my makeup, less is best. And I'm showing, and I know it's like less is best. I feel like it computes in our brain that we just use less of that foundation all over our face. I don't have full face of foundation on here. I'm just taking care of the distractions and adding some dimension and doing a little bit and playing. And I'll show you how to do that and how you can create lift and dimension with still using less makeup. Okay, now transition color is a color between here and here. Okay, and sometimes we need to add like a third color in there, and sometimes we don't. I don't always. Okay, I'm gonna take what's on my brush. And now I'm gonna probably have to go back after I put my shimmer on, and I'm gonna sweep it right. See, I'm literally sweeping it right in my natural crease and then coming up. We're still seeing it. We're good to go. Then I'm gonna take this color, which is called Soulmate. It's very shimmery. You don't have to do this. You can just stick a little bit of a light color in your inner corner, but I want a little bit more pizzazz today. So I'm gonna take my ring finger and I'm gonna take Soulmate on here. Not a lot. And I'm going to start in the center of my eye. And I'm going to look. And maybe that's all I want, but I don't. I'm going to go all the way to right above my tear duct. So we have to sweep like right, see where it's at? And then sweep up. Sometimes we miss. It's okay. So just take your brush, a firm brush. You're going to want a firm brush here. And just sweep it in there. I don't like it. Where I don't like shimmer is right here on the inner part of my eye, on this very part of my under eye, because it's going to accent all the texture. Okay, so that's on. Taking the same brush here and just making sure that transition area is still filled in, because sometimes we get a little willy-nilly. And now we've done our eyes. And I'm going to take a little bit of that cocoa and stick it underneath. I don't use mascara on the lower part. I'm too lazy. That's why. So this is the part where you're going to put on your mascara, and I could maybe, make sure my eyelid or my eyelashes are all all hooked really good and everything. Okay. So that's that. All right. Next, 3D makeup is what we call this makeup. This is a cream-based foundation. It was pivotal in my makeup. It is cream-based, which I'd never used in my life. I always used liquid. Then I'd gone to powder. That's where I had ended, was powder. And then I started using BB creams and CC creams, anti-aging liquids and all of that. It just was not working. It still wasn't giving me the look that I wanted. I want see my skin? Do you see how it doesn't look all matted? It doesn't look like lines. It doesn't look too light. It just looks like I have a little bit of makeup on, but yet you see how it's still glowing. That's what I want when I do my makeup. So I'm using the blend brush, and I'm going to put bronzer on first. I feel like it's a really great place to start by taking a little bit of bronzer. This is a cream, and this is Bella. And you can see where I have it up here. All right. And then we're just going to stick it over here on the side. The cream is so great because see how you still feel that, or see that illumination through there, that glow. That's what I like about it. And then I'm going to stick it on my cheeks. You can stick it everywhere. This is something that you don't have to be precise on, in my opinion. I have a little bit of a white part here on my neck. Just get some warmth on your face. If you want to put it all over, that's okay, but you don't have to. I on the other side, just did my forehead like this and on my cheeks. And I'm just adding warmth. So even that makes me look like I have a little bit of something going on, right? My eyes are done. Brows are done. I've created more lift and more dimension than what I had when I started. So then I am going to take a little bit of bronzer and stick it on my under eye. So here you see how this under eye is darker than that one. And you're like, I didn't notice. It is darker. And the reason it's darker is I have some discoloration here, right here, like that right there. This white part is making that pop. So I'm going to take bronzer and I'm going to stick it on my under eye. Now, you're going to have to play with this, just so you know. You don't just get willy-nilly, because I do have a little darkness right there that I avoid. So I'm going to stick it on my discoloration. I'm going to stick it on the white part, and I'm going to kind of avoid this and see what it looks like. I'm going to get right up to my lash line, and then I'm going to stick some white, or stick it here where I'm white also. Okay. And then I'm going to stick it right here where I'm white. Okay. So I've darkened my under eye, which is like, what the crap are you talking about, woman? It is a completely different concept that you're going to have to play with. Darken that and just keep looking and see what you got going on. See how I just darken that and it just makes that all disappear. Then I'm going to take care of the darker part of my under eye, it's in really my inner eye. Right in here, I still have the blue and purple going on. So I'm going to take this darker shade here, not my lighter shade. I'm going to take my darker shade here. This is the only thing I'm going to use for foundation. It's a darker shade, and it's the darker shade for my redness and my under eyes and any distractions, and I will end up with no makeup right there. I'm leaving my house. I have a funeral today. I'm not wearing a full face of makeup, and I feel perfectly fine with that. And I'm going to take that darker shade, and I'm just going to put it here, and I'm going to stick it on that purple here. And you see how I just did the most minimal amount possible. I did not take a concealer. I did not take a wand of concealer and flop it all over my face or under eyes. I could not do that. Even if I wanted to, I can't do that because my skin is too textured and it's too moving right in there. You know, I'm doing a lot of smiling, and what would happen is if I stuck a liquid under there, it would squish it and squish it and squish it, and then I would just end up with lines. So by using just a tiny bit of bronzer and a tiny bit of concealer, I've taken care of my under eyes. Okay, so then this right here is a distraction. It's a little bit of pink, a little bit of red. I used some self-tanner again today, and so sometimes it'll make my face red. So what I'm going to do is take this end, which is a more dense end, and now watch what I'm going to do. I'm only taking care of the redness. And watch how my skin tone just evens out. So when I tell you less is best, this is how you're going to do less. It doesn't mean maybe less time. I don't know. Maybe this would be less time. I can put other makeup on the rest of my face. Today, I'm just choosing not to. Now, I am going to take a little bit and put on my nose. Okay? I'm usually red right here. And then on my chin, I have some broken capillaries. So now I'm just going to take it and make sure I have coverage where I want coverage, and all my redness is covered. Look at the glow, guys. I don't have a shimmer on. I do not have an illuminator on, but look at my forehead. Now, mind you, I have light coming from my window too. But do you see how if you start paying attention when you look at, when you look at makeup, what you don't want is any kind of chalkiness. Chalk looks textured. We want glow. Glow is going to come from good skincare and good makeup application. It just is. And it's not hard. It's not hard. So we've taken care of that and we're good to go. That's it. And I'm going to show you areas of light. This right here, the areas of light where you can put them, where you can put it and create lift. They're just like these little places that are just amazing. So this is a smudge brush, and I like using the round end. There's kind of a flat end. I like using the round end, and I'm going to show you, and I'll leave the little spots, okay, above the eyebrow. In my jowl pocket. Next to my nose. Oh, I didn't put any blush on yet. Under my blush line or my contour line. Did I miss any areas? Oh, yes. Cupid's bow. Okay, creates a little bit of lift. Jowl pocket. Okay, I have a jowl. And I'm going to put a little bit of light right there. See how it just took away the darkness? Okay. Is there any other areas? Down the center of the nose or just the end of the nose? You can put it between your eyebrows, but you don't have to. So above the brow, next to my nose, in my jowl pocket, that right there is the area of darkness, and underneath my blush line. Let me put my blush on real quick. Oh, I forgot my blush. All right, so let's just put on, this is Sandstone. Don't be afraid of these darker colors. They are so pretty. So I had no makeup over here, maybe a little bit of bronzer. So all I'm doing is adding a little bit of blush, bringing a little bit of it forward. Okay, so now let's get to those lightening areas that are amazing. Okay. Get my blush on right. Okay, now let's take those areas with our smudge brush. What other brush would I use? I feel like the end of the blend brush is just a little bit too big. Maybe this is a little bit more pointed, the pointed end of the detail brush, but I'm just gonna go with the smudge brush. Did I wipe anything off? Okay, so here on the peak of my brow, oh, I'm so sorry. Here on my eye, outer part of my eye right there. Okay, see how that just, I already have it done over here. See how that does that? So we're just gonna really gently blend that in. Now, if you have really, like if you put this on and you're like, and take it into your temple. If you put that on and it crow's feet pop, then just don't do that. Use a darker shade right there. It's okay. Just clean up that and create some lift. And now I'm going to take this here. I am going to take a little bit of it up beside my nose. You gotta be careful. See this and this? I don't want to pop all that. And light will make it pop forward. Okay, now I'm going to carve out my cheekbone. And you're like, what is the madness? I'm going to take this under here, create some lift, and then I'm going to carve out. So what do you mean? Okay, I don't have apples to my cheeks really anymore. I don't know if I ever really did. They're just not much there. And so by taking this right here and then feathering it out a little bit, taking it down into my jowl darkness. What I mean by that is this right here is making this sink in. So I'm carving out and making it appear as though I have an apple to my cheek. My apple has fallen from the tree. Okay, now you can maybe a little bit right here if you want, but I don't always do that. Down the nose, like I said, you can stick a little bit maybe on the end of your nose. Cupid's bow, we already talked about that. And then this jowl thing right here, stick a little bit of light in there. So there are your magical lightening areas that are going to make a huge difference in your makeup. And you're just going to be like, Sonia, thank you. That is amazing. And again, you can stick a little bit maybe next to your nose. Just make sure it doesn't make anything that's sinking in crazy. This is the part I love. This right here and carving out that cheekbone and sticking it right here and here. Those legitimately, I get so excited. I could do this every single day on here. Is my blush even? Wouldn't know, is it? Okay, I always throw my brush down and I don't pay attention to where it went. If you guys are on here, I have not paid 1 ounce of attention to the questions. So if you had any questions, go ahead and ask them now and I will pay attention. So guys, see, I do not have a full face of makeup on. I did not take a bottle, go like this and go like that. Okay. I have minimal makeup on. I only put it where I want it, created dimension, took care of the things I wanted to take care of and did those little magical spots of light. And look at what happens. It's so good. Thank you, Kimmy. Oh, thank you. Did I miss anything? But you can tell me you couldn't feel confident going out like this. I want you to feel confident with no makeup. But I mean, you can't tell I don't have anything down here. Or here. Or here. I took care of the redness on my nose, not very well. I did take care of that. And that's it. The glow, yes. The glow. The glow. The glow is a Remon glow, in part, and the makeup. If I had this beautiful glow and stuck some other makeup over it, it might take away the glow. But this is Saint Makeup. I can help. So this is Saint Makeup. It's a cream makeup. I found it just like you are. You're watching a lady on social media do this, and you're watching this crazy thing happen, and you're like, what is happening? Like, especially if you're near my age, and you're like, what is happening? This is Saint makeup. You can get a color match to it. I do that, okay? When I get off of here, I can hook it up. If you want a color match, I'll tell you in a minute. We can do that. I can match you. You can get a palette 4. You can go big, go home. But it's Saint makeup. It's all completely customized to you, which right there is a game changer. I love that. I had palettes and palettes and palettes. I've probably spent thousands of dollars on makeup that I end up throwing away because I liked the 2 colors. I know you have too. I just know it. Because there's not very often can you buy a magnetic compact. And then I got a color match, meaning my foundation tones. And like I said, you can go big, you can go small, you can start out small, whatever you want to do, which is so great. You get to decide, but I can help you. So if you are wanting that, I'm going to get right off of here after that. I can help you with your skincare. I can give you a skincare quiz. I can match you to your foundation colors and help you with blush, all the things. And I can help you with eyeshadow, whatever you want. But what I'm here for is the over 50 mature lady who just wants to still wear makeup and still look like she can wear minimal makeup and still look like she's put together. So comment color match, and I will hook something up and send you a link. See ya.